Hi everyone, excuse me, this is Mary. You're watching another little piece of my art. So tonight I thought you might want to color with me. Let's see if I can. Don't know what's going to be the best angle because I have to be able to fit the book. Yeah, we'll try that. So I started a page in A Million Dogs. I had to take a break from my Dracula coloring book because I was just getting, well, you know how it is when you leave yourself a lot of whips and then you just don't want to do it. I'm doing that right now, but I really am going to try to finish Dracula. I won't say by the end of the year because I just don't think that could happen. But I'm going to give it a shot at least, make a good effort anyway. So I wanted to take a little break and I started a page in A Million Dogs the other day. I'm very late to the game on this book. I got my copy used, of course, from eBay. I did color this page and I forgot to show you in my October coloring pages. Oh, it was September. Oh, now we have a shadow. Oh, great. But I like this book. It's very whimsical. I don't feel like you have to be serious or try hard. I feel like you can use whatever you like. Some of the images are a little small, but we'll make it work out. But anyway, so I started working in this the other night, and I knew I wanted to use my Crayola twistables because I haven't used them in a while, and I've been missing them. And also, when my hands start to hurt me from doing other stuff, I'll use these for a while to, let it heal a little bit. Yeah, so I took out what I was going to start with. I'm really not sure about like these flowers. You know how sometimes something could be a pod and it's not really a flower, and I'm not really sure about some of these. So I'm going to leave those for last. I'll probably do the gourds after I do the leaves and then see what colors, I want to work with around there. But I thought it was a cute fall picture. And I was thinking about using maybe some of my gel crayons. I haven't used my big fat gel crayons in a long time to do the background. Because like I said, I want this to be a book that's fun for me. That I don't have to, it doesn't feel performative. Like I don't have to really, do my best work. Because as I have mentioned many times, I'm lazy, okay? Well, I do a lot of other artwork, plus, excuse me so much, plus, my husband lost a very important piece of paperwork the other day, and I'm like, well, where do you think it is? And he said, if I knew that, it wouldn't be lost. True. So we decided to look in his closet. His closet is really literally one of the biggest closets. It's the biggest closet I've ever had, owned, and lived in my entire life from birth till now. His closet could be actually another bedroom. It's that big. I mean, you wouldn't have any windows or anything, so that would kind of not be cool. But it's huge, okay? It's huge. And he just kind of throws stuff in it a lot of times. So we took everything out and started going through all that stuff. So my whole point, there goes my dog. Usually when I turn the camera back on, she starts barking again. My whole point was we've been doing all of that, and it made me have to feel like I had to go through all my possessions once again, the ones you don't see every day, and see what I really needed and what I don't need. And I just ordered Marie Kondo's book because I really got to get with this whole downsizing thing. But anyway, so, I haven't been doing much coloring or really feeling like doing much coloring because I've been sorting through all these cards and artworks from before and old journals and do I want to keep this? Do I want to rip just this page out, post it in another journal, and just on and on and on. And then, of course, because I'm undiagnosed ADHD, or ADD, I don't know which one, but one of them. Whichever one that makes you do too much stuff and not just overthink stuff. That one. So, of course, right in the middle of that project, he wasn't moving fast enough or he had to use the bathroom or something. And I'm like, I think I'm going to go rip out all the dead shrubs in my side of my house in this one area where the sun comes in the morning pretty nicely, or more towards afternoon. And I'm gonna make that whole area a sitting area. So I have been so tired, but sorry for the long preamble. I don't know why this gray marker is out. I really don't know. Anyway, so I just pulled a few things that I could just, have in my bed so that I could watch videos at night and just work on this page. And I thought you might want to work along with me here a little bit. Now, the bummer part is that I grabbed, for the dark part of the veins on the leaves, I grabbed one of my Statler felt tip little markers, these ones. And usually they do not bleed through. I forget. Oh, I was just working in the Dracula book and using them, and they were working like a charm. So I'm like, well, let's keep up with that theme. At first it was fine, but then when I kept going on with it, it did bleed through. So I'm going to have to, but that'll be fun as well. Like I said, this is a whimsical book, but it'll be fun. Maybe on this page, I will do the things, colors that they're not supposed to be. So, you know what I mean? Like instead of doing a green field or grass or a brown, or it might be a darker color or something. I don't know. I'll work it out. And I'm assuming that it's going to do the same thing on this side, which I think this picture is so cute. So if I can find another marker that is that color, then I'll use it instead, because I think this is one of the cutest pages in the book, and I really don't want to ruin it. So let's put that there, and I'm going to move you down, but let me just tell you, okay, so then the lighter vine here is a Faber-Castell Pet Pen in May Green. And then these are the colors I'm using. So now you know that there are no colors, on twistables. So that's an issue. So always before you start, do yourself a swatch, because I promise you, especially when you get into the lighter shades, they can look one way and color completely differently. So give yourself a nice little test, and then you can decide what you want to work with, and then move the other ones out of your way, because if you're like me, you'll grab the wrong one and then still find yourself in that position. So I'm gonna move you down. I'll put you on hold so you won't feel dizzy when we're back. Okay, so because of this, tripod situation, it's going to be hard for me to work up there where I left off. I'll just work down here, and we'll chat for a little bit, and yeah, that's what we'll do. So whenever you're going to start, well, you can do however you want. I'm just giving you a little lesson from, what I've learned with it. You want to get your dark color, and what I do is kind of go around the area that I'm wanting to color kind of lightly, not super lightly, but because the edges of this are what you're going to blend into the next color. So you don't want to go in there with guns blazing, or you'll never be able to get that to blend. So I usually fill in a section like that. And then I'll go back in and press harder in the areas, that I want to be darker. And these are so buttery. If you've never used a Crayola twistable pencil, maybe it's something that you might want to try out if you have hand problems. And I have shared before on this channel that I've had 3 hand surgeries before, and when my hands get to hurting, they really start to, it could put me just out of the game. So that's why I use a lot of watercolor, and I love my pencils. Don't get me wrong, my especially my Crayola pencils. I love a good hard pencil where you can get a lot of detail, like do fur and things like that. But yeah, when my hands get to hurting, if I do that and I keep doing that, I can really hurt myself. Like I seriously before wondered, have I injured myself like beyond repair in this hand? So I'll do things like, just other things like watercolor, or use these, or just use regular crayons, or work in my journals, or like a little while ago I was fussy cutting some images out um, in my binder of saved images for collages and things. I did that for a little while. Okay, so now I'm using my next color, and I'm going to kind of go, right where the middle color I would want that to be, the center of it. So in other words, don't go all the way up. You don't have to. You can. It won't hurt anything, but so what's the point? I do go all the way up with the final color, but for the middle color, I don't. Now, when we get down here, we're going to do that thing again. We're going to just like let your arm relax a whole bunch and let the color just feather out. So that way, your blend will be good. So that one, and then come in with this. It's a very, if you can see the tip, it looks really neon-y green, but it's not. So I had mentioned a long time ago wanting to do a video on my twistable collection and which ones I like and which ones I don't, and I have never got around to it yet because, oh, by the way, with this one I go back up over the whole thing with the final color. And like I said, this is just the method I use, but you can do it however you want. You don't even have to make a blend. You can just color the whole thing one color if you like. But yeah, so, well, I you guys might know I was pretty sick over the summer, went to the hospital and everything, and was in there for a week and stuff. Well, I just had an MRI, and I mean, I'm not a doctor, so I don't really know what I'm reading, but you know how they send you your test results now, or you can get them online. And the only thing I really saw on the MRI that stood out to me was tumors in the kidney, benign ones. So, I mean, to me, that's like, what, a cyst? So, I don't think, like, that's what's causing me to have so much stomach pain. But yesterday, my stomach hurt so bad. Oh, my goodness. It just, some days, it's just awful. And I'm on several different medications. And they just changed me to my third, so wait, 1, 2, yeah, I'm on my third stomach medication. Apparently there's a brand new one on the market, but I can't get it until I've exhausted the other ones. This insurance won't pay for it, so they just changed me to a different one, so I'm gonna, trying that one. And then they upped my nausea medication, which is, it's great and everything. Well, I'm not even going to say it's great because half the time it really doesn't even work. But it's better than nothing. But the thing about it is it makes my mouth dry, and sometimes it makes me sleepy. So, if we're going to go somewhere, if we have a bunch of errands to run like we did this weekend, and I don't want to be groggy and sleepy. I just don't like that feeling. I mean, like that feeling like when you take cold medicine and stuff. It's just not fun for me. So, and my husband said it makes me crabby. I think I'm crabby because my stomach hurts, but, I could be crabby from the medicine. I really don't know. But yeah, so anyway, with the health stuff, and then of course this stupid hurricane, I just have not really been coloring to my normal output. So, but now it's gotten down into like the 70s here in Florida. So, park an Uggs time. Get out your hot chocolate. And I can, I can't stand to be cold. So, and plus it's getting dark at 5:30. So, now I can't stay out as long and stuff as I do in the summertime. Oh, and then also we cleaned out the shed, which was a complete and total disaster. Like, I mean, it just looked like, you open the door and just chuck in whatever. And he could never find any of his tools. Tom couldn't. And I'm storing some things for my brother who is in another city at the moment. So we took everything out of there and got rid of a bunch of stuff. Not as much as I would have liked to, but some of it was like bicycles and things that, while you don't use them every day, you definitely don't want to just, not have them. So, where was I going with that? We cleaned out the shed. Yeah. I really had a point to this. Now I have to pause and think what I was going to say. Oh, yeah. So we cleaned out the shed, and then he put everything back in, and it's like, looks so much nicer. But while he was, excuse me, while he was in there going through all of his junk, he's like, oh, look, I forgot. It was this TV. This TV that he found where we put our trash, where I told you that there's an area where if something is not suitable for trash and can be used, like there's nothing wrong with it, the person just didn't want it, or maybe they moved out of their home and they didn't want to take it with them. We have an area for that. And then he found a TV there, and he brought it home and forgot all about it because it was in the messy shed. And so he found that TV and he plugged it in, and it works great. So he said we should hook this up outside where we sit all the time. We can have a TV outside. I'm like, well, that sounds great, but how will we protect it from, the rain? And so he said, I don't know, maybe I can build some kind of thing that will cover it. So yeah, that's just kind of the projects that have been going on around here. My garden sitting area and the shed cleanup. And then the closet, oh my lord. And then my stupid MRI. And, oh, well, now they want to do another procedure. And it's going to take it's like almost a 2-hour procedure. And the nurse comes in and she's like, well, they want you to have this procedure, but, I don't have anything open. And I'm thinking, well, then what, I don't work here, what do you want me to say? And I said, well, just book it for whenever however long it takes. And she goes, oh, you don't understand, I'm booking out through July of next year. I'm like, what? And she said, your procedure is going to take longer than a lot of the procedures that we do here, and so I will have to call you if someone has a cancellation. And I'm like, so you mean, because I mean, it's just, I don't know, whatever. I'm not complaining, that it's just the fact that, we just have the one car, and my husband has a job and things like that. And I can't, even if I had the use of the car, I can't use the car because, you're going to be put under, so you can't drive yourself home. So, yeah, that's all of my, activities late. We did go to a yard sale. Was it last weekend? Wait a minute, let me think now. I think it was last weekend. This is a very big deal because compared to where I moved here from, back home in Ohio, they have yard sales starting on Thursdays, and they go through to Sundays. And, like, I don't know, people just it's just a yard sale in place or something, but there's a lot of them all the time. And you just don't see them that much. I don't see them that much here in Florida. Thrift stores are more of a big thing, like church thrift stores and stuff like that. And we probably had a few, back there in Ohio, but that seems to be more of a thing here. But yeah, yard sale's not really that much of a thing. So I had seen that this one place like was having a community one where however many people that live in the area want to participate. So we went to that, and I am not trying to buy a bunch of stuff because, like I said, I'm trying to get rid of stuff. And part of the thing that happened during this storm was my walls. Water was coming down them, so I was taking all the pictures off the walls. I took all of the pictures off the walls because I am a girl who lives for her photographs and memorabilia and stuff, and I don't want that to be ruined. It's happened to me before in a different house with a different leaky roof. So I'm like, you know what? I'm not putting these frames back up until we get a new roof, whenever that may be. So I stored them away in a plastic container. Anyway, we were at this one yard sale, and I was like, what is this? Because, it looked like a picture frame, but it was in a box. And it was a brand new, still in the box, never been used. One of those digital picture frames. So it's either 4,000 or 6,000 photos. And you just, you just upload them to the frame. And then when you have the frame turned on, your pictures just kind of flip through a slideshow. So I was like, oh, this is something that I definitely... Now, you see, I went in a little too hard right there and made a harsh line. So I'm going to try to blend that out a little bit. Don't you start it. Hey, no. Get your teddy bear. There's been a cat that has been torturing her. I think it's getting underneath our trailer. I hope it didn't have babies. But that happens a lot, and then they go away wherever outdoor cats go. But yeah, it's something at nighttime making her crazy. I should have turned the TV on for her. She seems to like the distracting noises. So anyway, yeah, I got the picture frame thing, the digital frame. It was $4, so I hope, it works. I don't see why it wouldn't. It like I said, it was brand new in the box. But sometimes you never know. People could have things sitting around for a long time or whatever. But yeah, I'm excited to get that loaded up with a bunch of my photos because I have so many photos in my phone, and I want to take pictures of the pictures that were on my walls, because I had like the professional photographs of the children and their children. So that was a lot of pictures because I have 3 children and I have 6 grandchildren. So, and plus other family members and things like that. So I do love my photos. I really love them. But yeah, I'll be happy to... I'll have to read the manual because I am definitely not a technologically inclined person at all. Oh, yeah. Those memes of where somebody's like trying to take a selfie and their face looks like a potato because, they don't... Yeah. That's me. Because I can't see and I don't know what I'm doing. I can take a selfie now, but there was a time. If my daughter Erica's watching this, she'll know remember the time when she got, I think it was when she first got her first Apple phone. I think it was, yeah, when her first job, she worked at KFC. Our family owns a bunch of KFCs. They're in the KFC business. And she was showing it to me. And I did not even, There's no way I could have sent a message to anyone on an Apple phone. Still don't know if I could do it, to be honest with you. I just find Android is so much easier to navigate, but I guess it's one of those things, if you have to do it, you figure it out, you know. And if you want to do it, that's another thing. I used to be in this journaling group with this lady. I forget the name of the group. Lordy, it was on Facebook. And you know me, I do not Facebook. I cannot stand the Book of Faces. So this was a long time ago. I mean, I think it was when I had my first, before I had my first YouTube channel. So my first YouTube channel was 2009. So it was before that. Anyways, I was in this journaling group with this lady. And we were going to, the aim of the group was we were going to draw 100 faces in 100 days. I don't know if that hashtag or that project or whatever still goes on to this day, but I have been part of it before. And this lady, the nicest woman in the world, really just sweet. We became friends, and I lost touch with her since then because I don't Facebook anymore. But this woman could barely, I mean, she had some struggles to try to make a face. To, you know, she was, it was a kindergarten level. I mean, I'm just saying, I'm not trying to be mean. I really did like her. But the thing is that she wanted to do it so badly. Like, and every day she showed up with her, to post her most recent face that she drew. And, you know, everybody gave her support. And, you know what? She eventually got pretty darn good at drawing faces. And she developed a style that was very unique. It was almost like a minimalist with the lines. And almost a cartoon style of drawing faces. But, oh my gosh. At the end of me knowing her, not the end of the 100 days. It took her longer than 100 days to get where she is at now, I would assume. Like I said, I haven't talked to her, but after a while and stuff, she would post not just in the group, but just on her general Facebook and stuff. And I was like, wow, you know, she really. So don't ever think that if you're not instantly good at something that you know that you'll never be good at, or that you can't get better at it, because you can. It's just, you know, a matter of wanting to. Like, that's what I meant with me and the technical things. I don't like computers. I don't like, you know, I just don't like that kind of stuff. So it's really hard for me to get myself to learn it, because I don't have the focus to do it, because I don't like it. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? So yeah, I know when I was in college, we had to take one computer class that was required. And that class nearly broke me, because, you know, you had to, you know, I remember having to make, like, you had to make one animation and one this and one that. And oh my Lord, I would just be so frustrated. I would come home so upset. My husband would be like, what's the matter? And I'd tell him, he'd be like, you mean this? And go, and do it. I'm just, ugh. And he's like that with math too. And he's even good at drawing. So, I mean, it's just not fair. But yeah, so, you know, that's what we do. Keep on keeping on. And, you know, as much as I love twistables, I wish that maybe I could get even better with them. I realize there's limitations to some of the quote-unquote children's products, you know. But I think it's all in a matter of how you're using and what color choices you make. And people invent things all the time. You know, hey, try it this way. Use this over it. Use this under it. I'm just fascinated all the time by what people do and create. It glues me to Pinterest. Oh my God, you guys. Did you know? Are you ready for this one? Pinterest has a new feature, and you can create, like, I think they're calling it a bulletin board. I did it vision board, the one I made, because I put things on there like what I hope my 2025 year will be, and I put like I don't know if you guys would be able to see it if you went to my page. I think those are the boards are kept private, the bulletin boards or vision boards or whatever they're calling it. But I put like someone that looked healthy and this and that and the other thing. But yeah, that was so fun. I mean, that's the way to kill some time, is going through your Pinterest pins. Then make yourself a board, like a vision board, a dream board, goals board, whatever you want to call it. I had a lot of fun doing that. And it's about time, right? I mean, it is Pinterest. You would think they would have, they're pinning stuff. You'd think they would have had that a long time ago. But I'm glad they're up with the times now. So yeah, what else? What else? Trying to think of what I've been watching. Because, we just ended October, so I was glued to my scary movies. And then my heart broke because Tony Todd died. He's the Candyman, and I love that movie. When I just got rid of all of my DVD cases, and I put them in a binder thing after the storm, because I didn't want to have to try to be running out to the car in the middle of the night during a hurricane carrying, 150 DVDs. No, so I bought a case and I put them all in the case. And then I got rid of the jewel cases or whatever they're called, the DVDs go in, the plastic things. I could not, when I got to certain ones, I couldn't take it. I just couldn't. And Candyman 2, I couldn't, because there's just so much nostalgia attached to that for me. I love those movies. I loved Tony Todd as a character. Like, he looks so scary and villainous, like, really plays the part well. And I think I told you guys, I'm not sure if I did or not, but my son met him at a horror con. He said he was the nicest guy. It's just very kind person. And I said, well, like, because in the movie he just seems so tall and menacing. Candyman, the movie. I said, was he hugely tall? And he's like, I mean, he's tall, but he's not like, 7 feet tall or anything. So yeah, he just died, I think, yesterday. That's when I found out about it, was yesterday. And he was 69. And it said natural causes. And I asked my husband what he thought that meant. And he said that usually means a heart attack. I don't know. I mean, you never know, what runs in families and what medical issues people have. But he looked pretty fit. So, but he was 69. And yeah. So I was like, ugh. There'll never be another Candyman movie. That is so sad. And Tom said, oh, no, there'll probably be a bunch more now. They're, how they always, when someone passes away, they, kind of, the interest goes back into that franchise again. I'm like, no, there is no other Candyman, okay? There can never be another Candyman. Tony Todd is it. Now I'm going to show you a little bit different of a technique. I'm even like talking away, not even noticing if I am blocking the camera. So like for this sleeve here, I'm going to do my highlight in the middle. So I'm going to be dark on the ends. And I know I said do your lighter layer first, but you know what? I do it both ways. It's just, it does really work out better if you do your lighter layer first, because then you don't have to try to blend a harsh line. But you guys do whatever you want to do. It's your coloring book. So, now I want to make that a little darker. And just kind of feather it up. That's all you got to do is just feather it out. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. Like I said, that the medication it makes my my mouth dry. Just, I don't know. Maybe my spit isn't coating my throat. Sorry to be gross. But yeah, so since I got done watching all the horror movies for the AMC Fear Fest, I can't think of anything because we've been doing all this stuff. I really can't think of anything that I have been watching. So if there's anything good on, let me know. I have Max and Paramount Plus. That's what I have. My son keeps telling me, Mom, you have Disney. I put it on your TV in the living room for the kids. But I don't know. Disney, really? It's just not my thing. No offense to anyone who likes Disney. But, I mean, do they have anything on there for adults, or is it all, like, you know, kid stuff? I don't know anything about that. Not a thing. But, yeah, so if you know anything, if you've seen any good movies lately, let a girl know. Because pretty soon, it's going to be the onslaught of holiday movies. I don't know. I don't even... Hold on. I don't know if she's going to stop because somebody is outside of their car talking. And she thinks it's her job to guard Earth, you know. So, yeah. Anyways, what I was saying was, I don't even know if I feel like putting up my Christmas tree this year. I just... Ugh. You know what I mean? I didn't put up Halloween decorations. I don't know if I feel like putting any Christmas ones up. No one's coming to visit for Christmas that I know of. So it's like, do I really want to go through all that just for me and Tom? Like, ugh. I mean, I know I'll put our stockings up because the dog has to have her stocking, and, you know, I'm a big stockings person. But ever since I lost or accidentally donated my Christmas ornaments, and they were ones I bought in Italy when I lived there, and then the ones that my kids made me all through their, you know, school years. Once I lost those, ever since then have not had much interest in Christmas really at all, other than, you know, here's your present kind of thing. So I don't know, maybe I'll perk up a little bit, but I'm not looking forward to colder weather, because, you know, then you got to we'll just finish up this area and then call it a night. So, but I just kind of wanted to show you guys, I'll show you up close too, just kind of wanted to show you guys, if you have a book that is two-sided, double-sided, you know, and you sorry, and you want color in it, but you don't want, you know, you're afraid of stuff going through, and maybe you don't like regular pencils because they're too hard. Sorry, I had to go get a drink or I was gonna just keep coughing. But yeah, maybe, you know, you don't like regular pencils, because they're, you know, you don't want to blend, or they're too hard for you to blend. I mean, all of these things are valid. Then maybe you could try and get some twistables and see what you think. Now, I have a lot of twistables. Like I said, I'm going to share eventually my collection with you. I just gave some away to my friend's daughter that I had doubles of, because she's the one that I was telling you guys was in Germany. She's in the Air Force. Now she's stationed in Florida, but she was stationed in Germany for the last many years. And so she came, now she's living in Florida, and she likes to do art. So I donated a lot of things to her. that, you know, I just didn't want to be hoarding anymore after the storm. But I still have a couple different kinds to show you and show you the color payout and stuff like that. But I think you can get a set as small as maybe like 8 or 10 maybe. I think I've seen pretty small sets out there. And, you know, the joy is that you never have to sharpen. And I'm going to show you guys my sharpening cup. Look at this. This is my sharpening cup. It's just a plastic cup from from someplace here in Daytona. And I mean, I just can't stand constantly sharpening, especially the softer pencils. This pencil here I was using in the background of my Dracula book. This is a See What Happened in the Storm. The paint is coming off. This is a Brute Fooner in Cosmos, I guess is the color. It's like a pink color. Look how short it is now, because it's just like color sharpen, color sharpen, color sharpen. But then if you use the hard pencils, your hand hurts. So, you know, it's a thing. But yeah, maybe you would like to try some twistables. I'm hoping that soon they come out with twistable colors of the world, because you know I'll be all over that. I love my colors of the world. Markers, fine liners, crayons, all of it. Everything in that line I think is just fantastic. I love it. So it would be great to get some twistables in that as well, because here's some of the here's like some of my twistables in here. This might be all of them what's left, but for the other brands might be in the drawer. I'm not sure. But there's not a lot in terms of skin tone. So if you want to do dark skin, you've got like dark brown. If you want to do light skin, I think there's one kind of a fleshy peachy color. So there's really not that much. You have to kind of work with it and blend. And you know, it'd just be nice to have the colors of the world. Make those. Alright, you guys, well, my dog's barking her head off, so I should probably go. But here's what our leaf looks like in our little doggy book. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you again next time.